Welcome to the Deep Dive, your shortcut to being well-informed. Today we're diving deep into something really profound, and often pretty complex, the relationship between culture and the gospel. We've got some great sources from you, and our mission, well, it's to pull out those essential insights. The core idea for this deep dive is this: culture itself doesn't save anyone, but it definitely sets the stage for the gospel, creates the environment, and sometimes it can really block it. As host for the AI Witness Initiative, this whole area of navigating culture, it's something I think about a lot. So the big question really that jumps out from the sources is, how do we hold on to the unchanging truth of the gospel when culture is, always shifting? Let's try and unpack that a bit. The sources talk about these 7 mountains of influence. Have you heard of those?
Yes, the spheres that shape society. Media, government.
Exactly. Media, government, education, the economy, family, religion, and arts or entertainment. They're not just ideas, they actively shape things around us. But here's the tricky part our sources raise. What happens when a culture's main stories, its values, clash hard with biblical principles?
It creates friction, makes it tougher for the gospel message.
Right. It creates an environment where the gospel struggles to sort of find fertile ground. Think about modern media. It's not always blatant, is it? Sometimes it's the whole narrative framework, prioritizing, say, total individual freedom over any kind of shared truth.
Mm-hmm. And that subtly changes how people even think about concepts like absolute truth.
Yeah. It makes biblical ideas seem, old-fashioned, foreign, hard to accept. Or look at education. Sometimes you see this push towards secularism that just sidelines faith.
Pushes it to the margins, yeah. Makes it seem irrelevant to real life.
Exactly. Challenging for those core truths to even get a hearing.
And, while we're talking about all these cultural challenges, it's so important to come back to the foundational truth. Culture, however powerful, even if it seems godly, it doesn't save, cannot save.
Only the gospel.
Only the gospel of Jesus Christ has that power. And just to be absolutely clear what we mean by the gospel, Romans chapter 10, verses 9 and 10 put it so powerfully, that if thou shalt confess with thy mouth the Lord Jesus, and shalt believe in thine heart that God hath raised him from the dead, thou shalt be saved.
Confess and believe.
For with the heart man believeth unto righteousness, and with the mouth confession is made unto salvation. It's about that personal belief, that heart change leading to salvation.
That distinction is just critical, isn't it? Culture shakes the ground, the gospel brings life. So, if culture shakes the ground, how do believers, work within these cultural mountains? How do we plant seeds? The goal isn't to just swap out one set of cultural rules for Christian ones, right?
No, not about imposing a new rule book.
It's more about creating space, finding ways to share the gospel so it actually connects, resonates within those spheres of influence. And this is where I see things like the AI Witness Initiative, the kind of tech we're looking into, potentially playing a role.
Using tools strategically.
Yeah, maybe using them to sort of identify where there are already openings, areas where the culture is maybe receptive or asking questions, the gospel answers.
Breaking down some of those barriers we talked about.
Exactly. Using new tools so the gospel doesn't feel like an attack, but maybe like an answer to a deep longing that's already there in the culture, helping reshape it maybe for God's kingdom.
That connects directly to this idea of redeeming culture, doesn't it? Engaging those mountains, but with God's truth, hoping to open doors for the gospel where they've been shut before.
Opening doors, yeah.
But there's a really important point here, a caveat the sources make clear. While technology, digital platforms, AI Witness, they're fantastic for reach, for spreading the message far and wide.
Amplifying things, yes.
They absolutely cannot replace the personal side. The preaching, the discipleship.
That person-to-person connection.
Yes, real transformation, the kind where the gospel truly takes root in someone's life. That takes relationship, it takes effort. It means, walking with people, teaching them, helping them grow. It's intentional.
That personal touch is irreplaceable for moving from just hearing information to actual life change.
Exactly. Information to transformation. That's the journey.
Okay, so wrapping up this deep dive, we've looked at this really powerful kind of dual approach. On one hand, strategically engaging with culture, these big influential spheres, maybe using new tools to find those connection points.
Leveraging opportunities.
Right. But on the other hand, never ever forgetting that vital foundational personal element. the discipleship, the walking alongside people.
The heart of it all, really.
So it leaves us, and you listening, with the final thought, perhaps.
What does it actually mean for you? Not just to hear about all this, but to actively get involved. Involved in both, maybe reshaping the cultural environment around you, and in fostering that crucial personal transformation in the lives you touch. Something to think about.